Hey guys, what's up? My name is Justin, and I'm an international dating coach. And, some people call me a pickup artist. Really, what I like to do is I just like to travel the world with my girlfriend, have fun, fuck around, chase chicks, and, just have a good time. Make sure everyone's winning. Everyone around me, I like to make sure they're all having a great time, winning, having win-win situations. And, oftentimes, we end up pulling threesomes. How's that happen? I'm going to explain to you in this video. So I'm actually here with my good friend Brad. Bradicus. We used to be roommates in Australia when we were living in fucking Bondi, Sydney. I met him a couple years ago. We're still friends. It's cool. He's back in my city of Toronto. And pretty much, I was talking to Brad, and Brad's like, Justin, I don't really know how to pull threesomes. Brad's got some of the best game in the entire world that I've seen him. No bullshit. Like, right before shooting, I was telling Brad, I was like, Brad, no bullshit. I think you're actually one of the best in the world at pickup. Okay? Especially, specifically day game. And, he's good at Tinder, too, surprisingly. Like, no offense, Brad. You're not the best looking dude, but you slay. Right? But then he's like, dude, how do you pull threesomes? Like, in the past, couple months, I probably had, 6 or 7 threesomes or some shit. You know what I mean? With my girlfriend. And he's like, how do you, just go out so easily and pull threesomes? The other night, on Friday night, we were actually out at this club. And, I just noticed, I'm making out with these two, my girlfriend and this other chick, and Brad just filming, and I was like, what? Oh, shit, I didn't even notice you were there. And he was like, wow, I'm impressed. Okay? And the gist of it is, there's a few simple things you need to do to, effectively pull threesomes. Okay? So, I'll give you, a few steps here. Number one, okay, the first thing you should do is figure out, is the girl you're looking for a threesome, is she, down? So this is what we call screening, okay? So when I'm out, picking up chicks with my girlfriend, I will, meet women and, we'll cold approach girls. And I'll be like, oh, hey, how's it going, right? And, I'll actually whisper in the girl's ear, hey, my girlfriend thinks you're cute, right? And if they're receptive to it, if they're not, uncomfortable about it, that's awesome. I have, a bit of a green light, or a yellow light, to slowly move forward and, further screen to see if they're down.
She's open-minded to hook up with girls, not just guys.
Yeah, exactly. So, oftentimes, women tend to be bisexual. I don't know why, or at least by curious. Every woman, even if they're straight, will be down in their lifetime to, experiment. And I would say not every woman, but that's a solid, 60, maybe 80% of women. What do you think about that, right?
It's probably between that. There are girls that would never go for a threesome, but they tend to be more the conservative girls that had a Christian family, looking for a serious relationship type women. So the gist of it is, when we're out, what I'll do is, I'm talking to girls, be chatting, and then what I'll do is I'll take the girl's hand and I'll put it on my girlfriend's breast. Okay? Super random, I know, and they just look at me like, what the fuck? But more often than not, believe this, more often, they're like, ha, that's so funny. Then I'll take my girlfriend's hand, put it on their boob. Okay? And then, if they're still laughing, still enjoying it, next thing you know, I'll get them dancing together. Then I'll get them kissing. Okay? Then I join in. Does that make sense? From there, you essentially, make them comfortable. That's number one thing with any interaction with any girl ever. You want to constantly be making sure the woman is comfortable. That's the biggest fucking thing. More important than dressing well or looking good or, building attraction with a woman is making women comfortable. Okay, that's huge. Okay, and what you can do is, use what we call statements of empathy. So I could think of a good example of this. A few weeks ago when I was in Montreal running a boot camp, I pulled a threesome on boot camp. And then my student pulled a threesome the next night. My student, he actually hadn't pulled a threesome ever. He's gotten laid once in his life, and he was able to pull a threesome on boot camp. Why is that? Because he's, monkey see, monkey do. Came on boot camp, he saw me do it, and he was able to do it himself. Okay? So the gist of it is, make the woman super comfortable by using statements of empathy. Let her know, hey, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be uncomfortable. Don't worry, you're safe with me. And don't feel pressured to do anything you don't want to do. That's
okay?
important.
Really important to, clarify that while hanging out there, while, doing the three-way makeouts, while, just having a good time in the club or the bar, wherever you are. And from there, you can kind of take it where you want. Then you do the same simple process of, screening logistics, you know what I'm saying? Letting her know, hey, I like you, my girl likes you, and, eventually moving forward to pull a threesome. So in that case, a few weeks in Montreal, end up pulling a threesome in the bathroom. So in regards to, pulling a threesome, even with your buddy, it's kind of the same process. Just making sure the woman's really comfortable and, both of you have to be gaming the girl. And it's funny because whether your wing is, your girlfriend or your girl you're trying to have a threesome with, or, it's one of your buddies who's your wingman, right? Like I've done this with my buddies as well. The same process of, actually knowing game, knowing how to, cold approach someone, make them comfortable, see if they're down for you. It's the same thing. You just both have to, game the girl, which is, essentially just, seeing if she's into you, make her comfortable, and express who you are to the woman, okay? So it works, whether your wingman is your girlfriend or a girl you're trying to pull a threesome with, or if it's, a buddy of yours, okay? Now, oftentimes you'll kind of wonder, how do you pull a threesome with two random girls that, you just met, or, like you meet a girl and, she likes you and her friends with her and that kind of thing. How do you do that as well? Now, I've done that a couple times myself this year, or like in the past year. I can think of 2 different examples at least where, I bumped into some chick in the club. It's really funny. I didn't know who she was. And she's like, yeah, no, I just follow you on Instagram. And because I'm a club promoter, she just came out because I invited her out, right? Make a little bit of money, right, off of each girl that comes out. And, I wasn't totally into the girl's personality. So I just quickly was like, hey, listen, me and my friends are going to have a giant orgy later tonight. Do you want to join? If not, no worries. And, I was very calibrated about it. I was very, socially empathetic about it. And so she was like, you know what? That sounds like fun. Turns out this girl's a crazy wild party girl. It's totally something she'd be down for. So I was like, cool, I'm going to pull, right? And then, before leaving, I bumped into another girl that I had a threesome with a buddy once. Okay, so it was a girl I actually know that I've, me and one of my buddies had a threesome with her one time, like just tag team type thing. And she's bisexual. In fact, she, I know she actually dates women. And I was like, hey, do you want to, join me and this girl and have a threesome? She's like, fuck yeah. Well, I didn't, go so direct with it right away. Because again, you don't want to be too direct too fast. You want to slowly screen. Just because this woman, had a threesome with me before, I knew she'd be down and she likes women. So I was like, cool, let's have a threesome. And then, just hang out from there. Once it's happening, you plant the seed of, okay, this is where we're going next. We're going back to my place, or, we're going to have an after party at my condo or my apartment or whatever, right? We grabbed some drinks, hung out for a bit, and then we jumped in a cab, went back to my place, had a fucking awesome night, okay? Does that make sense? I can think of another example where, I just bumped into some chick that I was kind of hooking up with, like, one girl those girls you randomly call over in the middle of the night, and, I bumped into her at the club. I actually didn't expect to see her there because I actually cold approached her very attractive friend. So I cold approached this stunner girl. Turns out right next to her is like one of my friends with benefits. And I was like, well, shit, I want your hot friend, right? Beautiful woman. So what I did was, I just stayed and sat with them, kept joking about having a threesome, okay? Just kept, slowly, teasing about it, joking about it. And, since they're both, bisexual, or bi-curious at least, right? Like most women tend to be. Believe it or not, it's a fucking fact. Most women will experiment in their life, okay? At least I'd say at least 50% of women will, act on those, feelings of wanting to experiment. So both of them were like, okay, cool. Like, we can do this. And, same thing. After party, my apartment, threesome. Make sense? So that's the gist of it. And, realistically, pulling a threesome off of cold approach, it's not something that's so common, but it's actually surprisingly easy. If you can quickly, find women who are, tend to be like best friends, and, they're kind of like on that like bisexual, like I get drunk and make out with my friend type vibe, right? Or if even one of the girls is actually like into women, you can easily have a threesome. Don't be afraid to ask. But, if you're walking around saying, hey, do you want to have a threesome with me with random strangers? You're probably not going to have a threesome, right? But if you're actually, slowly screening, trying to figure out like, hey, are you comfortable? You don't have to do anything you don't want to. And, you slowly escalate. Similarly, if you would with just one woman, but now you're doing it with two women, what will happen is you'll have a threesome.
I think the biggest thing you pointed out that we should emphasize on now, I'm not an expert in getting threesomes, but I know there's one thing that for sure is what he's saying will actually help. And I just know that for sure because I've seen this unfold, and the limited experience I've had, this is what's made it work. When you kind of get the girls to escalate on each other, and when they, like if you with the girl and they know each other and they're good friends, you get them to kiss, but you're the one that orchestrates it. Or if it's you and your girlfriend, you get your girlfriend to kiss the other girl. That part's important because that's the thing that determines if you're going to have the threesome or not. You kissing the girl might be a one-on-one thing, but the fact that they're now kissing the other girl and like kind of getting them to be okay with that is a good sign. When the girl comes over, she's not going to get cold feet, I think.
So, you know what I notice, actually, especially, when I'm out with my girlfriend trying to pull threesomes, is it's about the collaborative aspect. So you don't want to isolate anybody. That's fucking huge. You do not want to, socially or emotionally isolate anybody from the fun. Okay, actually, I noticed this. My girlfriend brought a girl over from Tinder who, she didn't know I exist. And I just, walked in the room naked because I just got in the shower, see some random girl sitting in my bed. And, she was cool, but, she was clearly not into me. We ended up having a threesome anyway because she did figure out that, okay, the only way she's going to get to my girlfriend is by, me being there as well. But, throughout the entire thing, I kind of actually felt, a little bit socially and emotionally isolated from it. You know what I mean? And I didn't enjoy that. I actually was pissed off. I was like, I had an awesome threesome. It was really hot. 2 girls, sucking my dick at the same time. And I was pissed off at the end. I was actually fucking angry. Okay? Because I was like, what the fuck? I felt like the third wheel in my own fucking bed. Okay? And, girlfriend had to calm me down a bit. And she's like, no, I did this for you. But the whole thing is like, imagine doing that to one of the women in a threesome. It's a quick way to ruin a great experience. So, be sure to make it very collaborative. And, as Brad said, what I'll actually often do is, I'll just leave the girls together, just hooking up and do my thing. I'll just step off to the side, okay? Because women actually know how to get other women turned on way fucking more than, a guy would, believe it or not, okay?
Interesting.
So... they know the parts, that would turn them on. Get them to kiss each other's neck, get them to make out, get them to dance on each other a little bit.
Just and then more sensual like that.
And then every now and then, jump in there, kiss them as well. Don't be too pushy. And what will actually happen is you'll actually be able to have those threesomes. Okay? And it's pretty fucking cool because, in the past couple years, I can't even count how many, orgies or threesomes I fucking had. 50? I don't fucking know, man, to be honest. A lot. It's something like my roomies and I used to do. We just have a bunch of girls over, orgies type things, or, threesomes with girls. It's something I do a lot lately. So, we know what we're talking about. Just make sure you're making them very comfortable. Make sure everyone's comfortable. Make sure everyone's consenting. That's huge. You don't want anyone to feel, pressured into it. Otherwise, the entire vibe becomes very distraught and not, they're not fully engaged into it. And that's really, really important. Everyone's got to be in the right mindset of, enjoying each other, this collaborative energy, sharing with each other, just having fun, and, sharing yourself as, a group.
I've got something I want to ask you. So my game's more like solo wolf game, I'm a solo wolf. I'm out to find, the one girl I can be one-on-one with and share a connection with and have a good time with. And I find that, I just don't often find many opportunities to even get any threesomes because a lot of the time what happens is I'm left with that one girl, or to try to get 2 girls is to get one girl jealous. And the way you do it collaboratively is very, very important, I know. But I think the frame in which Justin comes from the social circle background, the being more social frame, creates more of an opportunity for you to have threesomes rather than the frame in which I'm coming from, which is it's more of a one-on-one kind of interaction when I'm doing it, and it kind of makes it a little bit harder for me. But maybe you can talk about the importance of creating that kind of dynamic where it's more of a social dynamic.
Yeah, that is important. But I've literally pulled threesomes off cold approach. Right. But you've got your girlfriend there, or you got your wingman, and you guys tag team a girl, and we've done it fucking countless times. I can't even count the amount of fucking times I've either pulled with pulled a threesome with my wing Nick, or with my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, it's better with 2 girls. But even doing it with your buddies, no homo. Okay, no homo. Let's be clear. It's just he's on that side, I'm on this side, but it's just really fun. It's a really fun thing to do. And, you make sure even not to isolate each other and everyone's having fun and the girl doesn't feel like you're competing, but you're actually collaborative. But, you can definitely do it off cold approach.
But these are male, female threesomes.
Exactly. Now, in regards to, pulling threesomes with women, which is way more fucking cool, and it's just a different experience in general. Obviously, working in the clubs and stuff, it gives you a status and authority to do so. I know tons of fucking, club promoters who, pull threesomes. It's actually a lot easier, when you have that social circle background of, inviting all the girls out, having an after party, that kind of thing. But it's very doable to do it off cold approach. But as Brad mentioned, the vibe shouldn't be a like, hey, I'm gonna date you vibe when you're trying to pull a threesome, right? No, totally. When I pull a fucking, one girl off cold approach, it's very clear, like, hey, it's just me and you. Let's just enjoy each other's company, and let's get to know each other and, see where this goes. Versus, when you're pulling a threesome, you can pretty much expect not to see each other again. And when I actually think about the threesomes I pulled, I don't think I've seen them again.
It has to be that vibe, right? It's no
usually
vibe, right?
Usually it's like a kind of, hey, a one-night stand, party, fun type vibe. And yeah, totally if you're, throwing a big party or something. And, I remember this rooftop party where in my condo, we had this rooftop party. And these two girls came over, and they showed up wearing lingerie. They're just flirting with everybody. And I was like, fuck. These girls are down right now. This is a year and a half ago. And I was actually seeing a girl, and she was at the party. And I just left her on the roof. I'm like, hey, stay here. I'm just going to help my friend find parking. And then we fucking pulled these two girls back to the condo, and they just started everyone blowjobs. These girls were, there to have a threesome orgy type thing, right? Because these girls are there for the party. These girls are there for the fucking, the fun. And they want it to be a cool memory, and they want it to be a one-night stand, believe it or not, usually. Okay, from my experience, usually they want it to be a one-night fucking thing. Okay, and it's something that's very fun. It's something that's very, and just everyone having a good time. Now, I've spent a lot of time. I don't know if you have, Brad. I've spent a lot of time in the swinger communities, hanging out. He spent no time there. I spent a lot of fucking time hanging out with swingers and the polyamorous relationships and that kind of thing. So that's where I learned a lot of these things. It has to be very collaborative, win-win. Everyone having a good time, and oftentimes, you don't want to really see the people again. You might want to as a man. The women actually don't want to. So, be cool with everyone's fucking boundaries. Be really fucking, understanding of what everyone actually wants, okay? And try to give that to them. And that's how you'll actually create those win-wins. And everyone will have a great time. And, you can take it from there. So that's the gist of it. That's really how you do pull a threesome with a man or with your wing, or a woman as well. And trust me, if you guys actually follow this advice to a T and really focus on that shit, you can actually pull threesomes really fucking easily. Now, I just want to know, I actually have a book where I teach this stuff, and guess what? It's free. It's free for you guys. It's called Nut. Okay, go to
How to Bust a Nut.
Yeah, it's essentially how to bust a nut very quickly and efficiently. And eventually I talk about how to have threesomes and orgies, and even bring these girls into your life long term. And, have a roster of girls you're seeing, which is cool too. And, those are the best girls to have threesomes with as well. Girls who are, you're not your girlfriend, but, you're also having threesomes with them. And you're okay with them seeing other people, but you're also seeing other people as well. It's really fucking fun. Really cool. So, you guys can go right here. letsgetgirls.com/nut is where you can get a free copy of that book. And, yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's not something I'd really fucking put out there, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna share this value with you guys because this is some powerful shit, and it's a lot of fun. And if you actually implement this stuff, you can do it your own. Okay, you can do this on your own. Okay, so anyway, guys, make sure you're subscribed to us. Click the subscribe and click the bell so you get notified, because we're okay, check out Brad as well. You can check him out, Bradicus, on YouTube as well. But yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure to get a copy of my book. Check out Brad. He's got some really good shit. And I will talk to you guys later, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Justin out.
I just wanna go back to 99.